Hello, Livers! It's Jason Love with Jason Loves Life, and I'm here with the lovely Leah Love. Do you have anything to add?
Stop asking me that.
So we're back, and I have a video of us coming back, but we wanted to get this Q&A, Autism Parenting Q&A up. I didn't really get to read a lot of comments while we were gone because the internet, well, we had internet, we were on vacation. So when I got back, we realized we had a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to answer some of those questions. We got a lot of questions from Libby and Francisca. I don't know. I apologize. I can't read my own handwriting. But you comment a lot, so I appreciate it. I apologize. But we're going to get to your two questions later this week, just because we're exhausted. we don't want to do a really long video. So, and they're great questions, and I know they're going to go on for a while. So, if you have a comment for next week, you can put it in the comments. We're going to try to do a couple this week, and then catch up, and then next week do another video. Otherwise, we'll just throw it in the queue. Yes.
I never know where to look.
I know, I never know.
Am I supposed to look over here or straight in the middle? Because it always looks like I'm looking...
I just look myself in the eyes.
And then I end up looking like a weirdo because I'm not making eye contact with anybody.
No, you look fine. It's fine. Okay, so we're going to start with, we got a question from Rebecca. And Rebecca, she was having issues with her 4-year-old. Feels like he is regressing. Is that the word? Like getting worse. Mm-hmm. And so... we haven't had that issue with Frumpkin
yet.
And she was saying he was getting worse with food, and then also wanting to always be in his room. And so I would recommend, if you, I guess, talking to your pediatrician and then trying to find some local help, because that's one of those things where my experience with autism, which is somewhat, which is limited. I haven't heard of that happening at 4. It could just be regression usually happens kind of early on.
Oh, well, while we were on vacation, all he wanted to do was stay inside the bus. Yeah,
and that could be it too. Like, I think that was an example. So we stayed in the RV. I think it was just the fact that...
it was a nice contained little area.
Yeah, it's a stressful situation.
That's what I wanted to do.
Although he never really seemed like he was stressed out.
But I don't seem like I'm stressed out, but I'd much rather be in my room all day.
Right. So it could, I don't know if there's like a lot of factors involved. It could be, new stressors. It could just be getting older. Like I said, I haven't heard of that happening at 4, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. And that's the hard part about autism, is that every person with autism is different. Yeah. So I hope that helps. I've just talked to local.
A professional.
Yeah, a professional on that one.
I definitely couldn't give you advice.
Yeah.
On how to deal with that specifically.
But we're rooting for you.
Oh yes.
Then we got a question. Oh, you know what? That was from Ruby. Sorry, Rebecca.
You wrote Rubby there.
Rubby, yeah.
I was gonna say, who's Rubby?
I write these by hand, and I regret it every time.
He forgets how to spell things.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it quick, and I'm also trying to shorthand it while.
So you added an extra B to Rubby?
No, that's not. Yeah, okay. So Rebecca's question. Thank you, Rebecca. So I hope that helps, Ruby. If that's your real name. Otherwise, it's Rubby, according to this.
Rubby.
Ideas to help stop scripting.
Well, why would you want to? I mean, I guess it can be confusing, like that you think they're talking to you. If you can't tell that it's scripting, it's confusing.
I think playing along with him actually helps reduce it. I know it sounds weird, but I think we talked about this before. You could try it, is if you know the dialogue. So play along with it being like...
Do the next sentence in the script.
Yeah.
Play the part of, like, if he's talking to Dada or his mama or Rosie, just say the next line.
Yeah, and I know, and that's hard because I could see, having worked with kids with autism, a lifetime ago, I could see them getting mad at that, but Frumpkin always, I think, thinks it's funny.
Sometimes he thinks it's funny. Sometimes he gets mad.
Yeah, actually, I haven't had him get mad, usually, unless... The only time he gets mad is if I misunderstand what he's saying, and then
he gets frustrated.
Yeah. I would try that. Just distracting him. And again, it depends on like what your reasoning is. If it's just, if scripting's his thing, and he's like, if you're just, I don't know the specific situation that you're trying to reduce it. I think we had a whole video on just celebrating it, which I don't know if I call it celebrating it, but that's
accepting it.
Yeah, accepting it and kind of be like, okay, if that's what he likes to do.
I mean, yeah, he likes to do it, and it seems like one of the things I would have done. I never script, or I never say anything out loud like that, but I reread things.
Oh yeah,
constantly.
Yeah, and that's a little different, but yeah, and I know there would be
but it's comforting.
Yeah, and I could see situations where it could cause some issues just with confusing other people. Mm-hmm. But I mean, again, I would just go with that. Sort of make it more of a game, make it more funny, make jokes out of it, try to lighten it up a little bit. That's
inclusion, be part of it.
And then I think people around, if you're included in it, like Leah said, I think it makes it a little more normal for people who are there. Where if you kind of just like, if they're doing it by themselves, that it becomes. It's interesting how like becoming part of it makes it a little bit more like
acceptable.
Yeah,
and normal.
acceptable. Yeah. So. Because then the people who are like, what's going on? They're the outside people.
They're on the outside.
Yeah. So I hope that helps. Again, I don't know the specific context. And yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if they don't do anything in ABA, do they? About the scripting?
Scripting, no.
No, they usually, I think they're fine with it.
They have more things they want to work on than scripting.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute when he calls his sister Rosie.
Yeah, yeah. So then we got a couple questions from Priscilla from Fathering Autism. Does Frumkin receive any other therapies other like occupational therapy or speech therapy?
No.
No, and I would like to change that at some point.
More therapy?
But that's the problem with ABA's taking up so much time, and ABA does do...
So much time.
And actually, that was the second question. Do kids do social skills when they go on Thursdays?
When they go to the park? Yeah.
Yeah, so they go to the park on
Thursdays.
Yep, and then they go to like a group activity thing on Wednesdays.
Kites on Wednesdays, parks on Thursdays. They're both socialization groups with other kids with varying degrees of autism. But yeah, I'm actually going to integrate even more. We're going to start grocery shopping with the therapists. In fact, I want to do that tomorrow.
Yeah, which I think is good.
Are they have pumpkin cry?
Yeah, I think so. She stopped. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Go check that pumpkin. I would like to look into more speech in occupational therapy. The issue we have is ABA is pushing for more hours, and then when school starts,
it's gonna be such a heavy workload for him.
Which was somebody else's questions, but we'll go more into that on our next video. Again, thanks for watching. Leave your questions and comments in the comments section. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And again, we'll be catching up. I apologize to those who asked questions. I was really thankful that you guys sent so many, because the last couple times I've been like, is there enough questions? So thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good night, day, or morning. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.